Welcome back to Sunrise at 7:18. A really interesting national story turned out to have a local angle. You've met or seen on TV before Gary Gallagher, who is an attorney in Honolulu, and his law firm was involved in a pretty big whistleblower case that touches on some issues everybody should know about. First of all, this was in Mississippi, yes?
That's where the case ended up, yes. The information database and the center to gather all this information and potentially $3 billion contract was going to go to Mississippi.
This was a NASA facility there, and the whistleblower had seen what, evidence of bid rigging?
Yes, it was incredible. Our whistleblower was a very smart man and had access to internal communications that went to one side to give them 8 months of advance information, hundreds and hundreds of phone calls, and prepped the questions for the bid itself, and they were successful in getting that bid, whereas the other bidders didn't know what was going on and had a very short period of time to put their proposal together.
What happened to him when he tried to blow the whistle on it?
He got deaf ears everywhere, and he came to us confidentially, and I interviewed him, and we took his story, thought it had merit, and we hooked up with mainland counsel and brought the case on his behalf.
And you proved that it had merit because you were able to reach quite a large settlement. Wasn't it tens of millions?
Yeah, it ultimately settled for just under $25 million with a handful of defendants. But it was after many, many years of work. And behind the scenes, once we worked with the U.S. Attorney's Office, the U.S. Attorney's Office got involved themselves at the Department of Justice, and that was huge in resolving the case. Very, very good teamwork.
We have a lot of federal employees who might conceivably at some point in their careers see something that really should be addressed. And maybe they'll go to their boss and everything will be done properly. But at what point should somebody like that consult a lawyer just in case?
If there's a question, they might have sensitive information where someone is stealing or misbilling the government for money they shouldn't. They should come seek competent counsel that could confidentially evaluate these kinds of cases with an experienced staff and make an intelligent decision on how to proceed. It's not something that should be done lightly.
Yeah, it sounds tricky. And I'm going to take just 10 more seconds. Can this be applicable in a private sector case?
Well, there are always a contractor that's misbilling the government. The government doesn't have the resources to track down all of these cases, so they need help, if you will, private attorney generals. So the cases are defrauding the state, or our case was defrauding the federal government.
Okay, I see. Well, this is something to keep in mind if you're in a situation where this might apply to you personally. Gary Gallagher is a practicing attorney who specializes in this sort of thing here in Honolulu. Taizo.